Okay, so this is basically a review of slope, midpoint, and distance. Putting it all together. So, the slope of a line containing 2 points. Remember that if I want to calculate the slope, slope is rise over run, but rise can be calculated by doing y minus y, and the run is x minus x. Okay, so this is how I will calculate the slope. So in this case, the y's are 24 and negative 6. So I'm going to do 24 minus negative 6. So that's 24 plus 6. Remember, when you subtract a negative, it's the same as addition. So 24 minus negative 6. And then I'm going to do negative 2 minus negative 14. So that's negative 2 minus negative 14 is plus 14. Okay, so that is going to be 30 over 12, which is going to reduce. Alright, both of these are divisible by 3, but if you're bad at doing fractions, okay, so that's going to be 5 over 2. What really happened was we divided both of these by 6. So the slope is going to be 5 over 2. Please just leave it as a fraction. So when we talk about midpoint, please picture in your mind that we are talking about a segment. Alright, we're given these two endpoints, so you should be picturing, okay, here's negative 4 comma 35, and here is 11 comma negative 15. So we've got these two endpoints that are given, and we're supposed to be finding the coordinates of the midpoint. So of course that's going to be some point in the middle. So because of that, we're not finding a single number like we are for slope or even for distance, but we're finding an ordered pair. You know, something in the form x comma y. It's a point. Now I like to think of this as a b, so this would be like c comma d, and the other endpoint I think of as e comma f. So we're looking for c comma d, the point that's in the middle of the segment. And the word I have asked you to think in your mind is the word average. Average. The midpoint is in the middle, but that means that the x value is going to be the average of the x's, and the y value, the d value, should be the average of the y's. So how do we calculate the average? You know, of course we add things up and divide by 2, and that's how we find the average. So that c value, I should be able to find the c value simply by doing negative 4 plus 11 divided by 2. Okay, so that's going to be 7 over 2. So that's the c value of this midpoint that I'm finding. But then if I want to find the d value, so that should be the average of the y's. So the d value should be 35 plus negative 15 divided by 2. So that's going to be 10. Alright, so the D value is going to be 10. So that's why the midpoint, and please do not leave your answer like it's two separate things, like it's two separate answers. This is one thing, one answer, 1 point, C comma D. So we're going to put this together as 7 over 2 comma 10. And please do not make this a decimal. Just leave it as 7 over 2. It's perfect. It's clean. No need to make it a 3.5. Okay, I think it's recording, maybe? It's faking me out, whoever's watching this. Okay, so number 3. We're doing slope, so that's going to be y minus y over x minus x. So that's going to be negative 8 plus 8 over 13 minus 6. Notice how I changed that second one to a positive because the second one was negative.
Yeah.
So that's going to make 0 over 7. Do I leave it like this?
No.
No. What do I put?
0.
I put 0. When 0 is in the top, it's 0. If it's in the bottom, that's when it's undefined. Number 4, not slope, you'll notice. It's distance. So, of course, that means we're going to use the distance formula. So let's do that. So x minus x. So 6 plus 9. Okay, squared plus.
Negative 18 plus 2.
Okay. Okay, so that gives us the square root of 481, which is the same thing as 21.53, 21.93. So I'll just call it 21.9. No, because the next number is only a 3, so we leave it.
And do we have to put the decimal?
Definitely.
Or can we just...
Definitely don't round to a whole number.
No, but...
Give me at least the nearest tenth. Give me at least 1 decimal place. Okay, so this is what I want to see for number 4. Please remember to give me both the radical and the decimal. Thank you. All right. Have you guys done number 5 already? Yeah. Okay, so looking at number 5, what we've got here is endpoint, midpoint, endpoint. So we're given negative 5, 13, and we're given a midpoint of 1, comma, negative 9. And we're supposed to find this endpoint, which I like to call E, comma, F. So let's just set up our equation. So one equation would be the x's. So negative 5 plus E divided by 2 should equal 1. The midpoint should be the one that we're setting equal to. So negative 5 plus E divided by 2 should equal 1. So that's one equation. You know, maybe I better leave more space. The other equation is going to be, I'm going to put it over here. The other equation is going to be the average of the y's. So 13 plus F divided by 2 should equal negative 9.
I will get some water.
Do it. So here I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. That way these 2's are going to cancel out. So that's going to leave me with negative 5 plus E is equal to 2, and 13 plus F is equal to negative 18. Then I need to add 5 to both sides right here, plus 5 plus 5. And over here I need to subtract 13 from both sides. Okay, so that's going to give me E equals 7. And this is going to give me F equals negative 31. Alright, so of course that means the final answer is that EF is 7, comma, negative 31. Alright, any questions about number 5? Alright, what did you guys get for number 6?
Negative 5 over 7.
What about you, Haley?
Negative 5 over 7.
Okay. Alright, so we're doing y minus y over x minus x. So I'm going to do 8 plus 2. Second one is negative, so I made it positive. And then I'm going to do negative 5 minus 9. So that's going to give me 10 over negative 14, which is negative 5 over 7. Any questions about number 6? All right. Number 7, we'll find the midpoint. That's just going to be the average of the x's and the average of the y's. I like to call my midpoint C, comma D. So, to find my C, I'll do the average of the x's. So, if I do 3 plus negative 11 divided by 2, that should give me C. And if I do my y's, that should give me D. So if I do negative 7 plus negative 1 divided by 2, that should give me D. Well, 3 plus negative 11, that's negative 8 over 2. So that's going to be negative 4. So C is negative 4. This is going to, that's also negative 8 over 2. Look at that. So D is also negative 4. That means my midpoint must be negative 4, comma, negative 4. Please make sure you put your midpoint as an ordered pair in parentheses and everything. Did you guys get number 7 right? Eli, did you get number 7 right?
Oh yeah, the only ones I don't understand are the finding the other. Well, the ones that I miss are the finding the endpoints. Like, if we were to take a test and they were all equivalent like this, I'd get an 80 every time.
Okay, so it sounds like you need to practice those like over and over again until you master it. Have you done number 10 already? Yes? Okay. Alright, number 8. Find the slope of this line. What did you guys get for this one?
Negative 24 over 0. So it's undefined.
You got undefined. What about you?
Yeah, I got undefined.
Yeah, because we're doing y minus y, so this would be like 17 plus 7 over negative 6 plus 6. So that's going to be 24 over 0. That's undefined. Anybody that's watching this video, please remember, do not leave 0 in the fraction. Don't leave 24 over 0. You must put undefined instead. Alright, number 9. Find the length of the segment with these endpoints. How will I do number 9, you guys?
The one with like the radical.
Yeah, the distance. Alright, length is the same as distance. So I'm going to do that distance formula. So distance equals square root of. So I'm going to do x minus x. So that'll be like 2 plus 10. The second number is negative, so I make it plus squared. And then I do y minus y. So that's negative 6 minus 9 squared. Alright, what did you guys get for that one? You got 3 radical 41. Eli? Same? Alright, it must be right. So 3 radical 41. What is that as a decimal, guys? 19.2.
How do you guys find? I don't know how to find the decimal. Well, I probably do. I'm just not.
Toggle button.
What's toggle?
Alright, last problem. So, one more time, we've got this situation where we're talking about an endpoint and another endpoint and a midpoint. We are given one endpoint is negative 21 comma negative 3. And we're given that the midpoint is negative 5 comma 19. We're supposed to find the other endpoint, which I always call E comma F. So let's set up our formulas. So first I'll do the x value equation. So I'm going to do the negative 21 and the negative 5 and the e. But of course I'm going to do negative 21 plus e divided by 2, and that should equal negative 5. It should always equal the midpoint one. Alright, so that's my x value equation. Alright, let me draw a line. Now I'll make the y value equation, looking at the negative 3, the 19, and the f. So the equation for those should be negative 3 plus f divided by 2 should equal 19. So setting them up is half the battle. Now we just need to multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. Some kids have been dividing by 2, but we're going to multiply by 2. That way these 2's will cancel out, these 2's will cancel out. So that's going to leave me with negative 21 plus e is equal to negative 10. And over here, that's going to leave me with negative 3 plus f is equal to 38. So to get e by itself, I'm going to add 21 to both sides. Whoops, too far, 21. And to get f by itself, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So that's going to give me e is equal to 11. That's one value that I need. And over here, this is going to give me f is equal to 41. That means that EF, the other endpoint, must be 11 comma 41. And that's how you should write your final answer, as an ordered pair with parentheses and everything. All right, any questions about number 10?